My date went to the bathroom, and I don't think he's coming back. It's been like 30 minutes. I don't know if I said something or what, but the waitress just said he got his food to go. So this man just fully used me to get a free fucking meal and then ditched me in the middle of the mall. The fact that that's even where he wanted to go eat should have been enough of a red flag, honestly. Like, really. I should have known better. But honestly, it's his loss because I wasn't trying to get fucking married. I was just trying to have a good time. I'd pop a little spicy cube. You know, I had plans for a good time. And now I'm just alone.
She doesn't know if she said anything or did anything wrong because she doesn't have to check herself. You know, men are supposed to chase after her because she thinks she looks a certain type of way or she thinks she's this type of woman. So why would she ever say anything wrong? There must be something wrong with him. And she allowed this dude to take her to the mall to eat as a date. So we already know what type of guy this was. She popped a spicy cube. She was ready to pop it off. She's ready to pop the bottle with this dude. All off of a food court meal? Maybe next time we need to check for his character. Hey, what do I know? Let's get the next one.
I'm going to sit here and rant before I go to the gym because I'm frustrated. I just simply don't get it. I just don't get it. It doesn't come to me. I don't find it. I just don't get it. I have sat here and poured so much into myself. I've bettered myself in so many ways. I've quit my vices. I'm extremely disciplined. I go to the gym every day. I'm on a pathway to go to med school. I'm very close to it. I'm in my gap year. I'm very intelligent. I'm very loyal. I don't give up on anything ever, really, if I want it. I'm very agreeable, very easy to be around, very joyful, very happy, very deeply devoted to my faith. And I cannot find a single man that likes any of those things about me. Notices them, appreciates them, loves them. Or if they do, they have something else going on that makes them just, like, unavailable somehow. I'm trying to be patient, but I'm just frustrated.
It's funny how she says she's very agreeable, she's devoted, and she's loyal. And you don't have a man? Women who are loyal, agreeable, and devoted have men. They have men. And you don't have one? See, the thing is, the men that you want, she's naming all of these things that she does. Men are already doing this. That's why men are not impressed. If you ever wonder why women go on dates and they're like, why are men not asking me questions? And why are men not just impressed with me being independent and this go-getter? Because men do that all the time. So basically it's like a mirror of themselves and opposites attract. So if I'm a go-getter, what do I really like? I'm not excited about it. It's just something that we do. It's not a bad thing. Some men are actually into it, but most men, it's not really a big deal. This is just a regular day for us. And she's talking as if, you know, she's been left by guys. I'm very loyal. I've never left a guy. All the guys left me. No, don't ever buy that. See, when a woman is telling you I'm very loyal and all these dudes that I've been with before did this to me, tune it out. Actually chuckle, laugh, play along. You don't have to call her out or anything. Play along. Just know I'm not about to be a sucker because of what someone else did. But, you know, I wish her well on her journey to find a guy that's going to appreciate her for all she brings. Let's get the next one.
Okay, I might be going down a rabbit hole with this, but just bear with me. What if this whole, like, boss babe, girl boss era wasn't necessarily created by a man, but heavily marketed and encouraged by men so that women can work more, but they're feeling empowered and being more of the provider in relationships and having more of this like 50-50 dynamic, and women are working more, they're more stressed out, and I don't know. I'm just thinking like this could have all been hyped and encouraged by men so that they can take a step back and kind of reap these benefits, especially men that have less and are looking for a woman to be more the provider and to really do this like 50-50 thing.
So they can't find the guys with money, so now they have to diss the guys who make less money. Pay attention to what she said. Most men don't need to go 50-50. Real men don't need to go 50-50 when we're talking about this. Okay, if a man pays his own bills, right? He has his own car, all the expenses, he pays for it himself. What does he need you to come in and do? No, they need the 50-50. Tired of all this nonsense. They need the 50-50 because they spend money willy-nilly and they don't save for the future. They don't plan for the future. They're owing things while they're trying to get into a relationship with you. Why would a guy need you to do 50-50? Right now, I don't need a woman to do 50-50 with me. But I could see how taking on her expenses and her debt would force me by default to need 50-50. But why would I need 50-50? Knock it off. You guys wanted it this way. It is this way. So now there's no problem here. But the thing is, they don't want to have to get up day in and day out to earn $1. They'd rather be given $1. That's all that's happening. Can't get the guys and attract the guys who are the high rollers who make the money. Let's diss the guys and let's shame them and guilt them into making more money so we can reap the benefits off of their hard work. Men ain't going. Men ain't going. Miss us with that. Let's get the next one.
I went on a date, and I would tell you from my car, but I'm currently on holiday. I went on a date, and just so we're clear, this was my first date in 2026. All of the other things I've spoken about, I don't even want to call them talking stages because I don't even feel like they were that. But yeah, this is my first date. No notes. No notes. There's no juicy story here. And I feel like when you are speaking to a secure man, a gentleman, there's not really that much to comment on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not sat here saying that he's going to be hubby, for fuck's sake, but the date went well. We started speaking. Within a couple of days, we had agreed that we wanted to meet one another. So I chose the cuisine. I feel like that's all I should do in this instance. I chose the cuisine, and then we chose a day, a time. 5 minutes later, he's messaged me saying the table's been booked. There's not really much more I could ask for. Just goes to show that wasn't really the problem in those other instances, you know? In my opinion, anyway. So we went on the date. I actually drove to his because it didn't make sense for him to come and pick me up because he would have been going back on himself because we went into London. So I drove to him, left my car, he then drove us into London. Brownie point because he parked directly outside the fucking restaurant, and I'm a lazy bitch and I don't like walking and I don't like being chilly and I don't really want to take a coat because it ruins the outfit. So I parked directly outside of the restaurant. We went in, they immediately bring you tap water. He goes, don't drink that. I said, sorry? I was fully prepared to drink it. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like tap water all the time, but I was a bit thirsty. He goes, no, we're not drinking that, we get bottled water. I was like, okay, but it wasn't in like a weird flexy way, do you know what I mean? It was just like, okay, I was like, fine, I respect that. Anyway, so then we ordered the food, and then we're done. They bring out the dessert menu, and he can see that I'm not like too excited about the dessert menu, but I do kind of fancy something sweet. So he's like, okay, it's fine, we'll just go somewhere else. Drives us somewhere else to go and get fucking dessert. Make sure I'm well hydrated, is getting the car door for me constantly, is making sure that he's getting the door when we are going in and out of places. And this is, right, I don't know how to say this, so I'm just going to speak my thoughts. Though it is nice and it is gentlemanly, I do also feel like that's bare minimum. And because we don't even get bare minimum from many people these days, that kind of seems more than what it should be. Like, you hold a door for a fucking stranger. The least you could do is hold the door for a date. Anyway, well, considering the last fucking date I went on in November, the door literally fucking slammed in my face. But yeah, when things are good, there's not that much to say about it. We had a good date. We're still talking. There's talks of a second date. Just hasn't happened yet because I'm on holiday. So yeah, no notes.
I told you, when they go out with a gentleman, right, with a guy who's a good dude, they have nothing bad to say about him. There is nothing to say about him. This guy booked the table, parked in front of the restaurant, held the door open. That's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. Even took her somewhere else to get a dessert because he could tell she didn't like the desserts at that restaurant. bare minimum, because they're used to getting dog walked by other dudes. This is why guys say I'm not paying for the last dude, or the mistakes that you say he made, his shortcomings. I'm not paying for that. Why would I do that? You can do everything right and they'll still try to find a way to disqualify you or to find small things to nitpick at. This is why dudes don't put in a lot of effort. They make it seem like men are tripping because they don't want to go above and beyond. When dudes do this, make reservations, bring flowers, open up the door, you think something's wrong with him because the other guys that you were very excited about, you didn't get any of that. They didn't have to do any of that. They just were themselves. So why does the next man have to be something that he's not to get at you? You can do everything right. And they're admitting it, that they don't like when you do everything right, but then turn around and complain that men aren't doing everything right. This is why I tell you, when you think like a woman, your head is going to explode because nothing makes sense. Men say, you know what? If she's not cool with just doing something simple, hey, it ain't my loss.